Bonsoir à tous, Monsieur le Premier ministre, Votre Excellence, chers collègues et juges. C'est la fin de mon français pour ce soirée. This is the second time within about 12 months that I have been given the opportunity to speak in this absolutely beautiful room, which I understand was constructed at the behest of Napoleon III, who certainly had an elaborate taste in decoration, but I'm glad to be here again. I suppose I'm going... Myself and my two colleagues, the ambassadors for Pakistan and the ambassador for Sri Lanka, are going to take you through the next few minutes. I'm going to maybe just give you some idea of how the criteria that we considered when we came to our verdict, and then my colleague from Pakistan will announce the winning team, and my colleague from Sri Lanka will then announce who we thought was the outstanding speaker of the evening. But before we get around to what you're all waiting to hear for, I think it's worth reflecting on the very high quality of debating that we have heard here tonight. And I understand that this has come at the end of a very long and arduous and challenging process. And I think it's to the credit of both teams that they have got this far. So I think before we get to any more details, I'd like to hear a round of applause for both teams. As I think I said last year when I was stood in the exact same spot, I think debating and rhetoric in the political and democratic process is absolutely vital. And I think it's really wonderful that we see these young people not finding the time on top of what are no doubt very arduous and demanding studies to give their time to this and to really commit to it and treat it as a serious part of their education and formation. I think that's very much to be credited and honoured. Yeah. And I think both teams, they showed. I mean, we obviously have to arrive at our verdict tonight. It's not the House of Commons, so we have to actually make a choice. Sorry, that's not a bad Irish joke for tonight. But I think it's important to reflect on the criteria that we judged both teams on, because I think the criteria are very much part of rhetoric and debate in political life. And I suppose one of the most important is argument. Argument is a vital component of persuasion and advocacy in democratic politics, and I think that's something that again we've reached seen very high level standards of argument tonight, and I think that's a vital part not only of debating but of public discourse in politics. I think form, our second criteria, is also a very important criteria. The structure of a speech. How do you you structure your argument? There's the quality of your arguments also. That's the first criteria. But how do you structure your argument so that, say, your audience, whether it's in this room or a broader audience out there, can actually follow the thread of your argument? I think teamwork. Well, I think the value of teamwork in political discourse is obvious and vital. And I think that's this is not. We weren't here tonight to judge 10 individuals as individuals. We came here to listen to two teams arguing different sides of an argument, and how do they work together? Because again, working together is a central component of political life and political discourse. And I think again we saw very high standards of teamwork tonight. I suppose engagement is also a crucial aspect of politics and democracy. You have to actually engage the people who you wish to lead. You have to persuade them that that you are the person who has the right policies or the right qualities to actually lead them. And I think that means that you have to reach out to your audience. It's no, I mean, like tonight is a little bit different because you have just 7 or 8 members of a jury. But I think in politics, engagement goes far wider than 7 or 8 people. And I think again that there was lots of interaction, I think, from the audience tonight. And I think engagement is a crucial element in debate and political rhetoric. Finally, we looked at star quality, and I think that's rather harder to define. You can kind of, for the other 4 criteria that we talked about tonight, you can actually say, well, here are pointers, here's how you do it, here's the structure, here are the kind of things to remember. But star quality is something, that comes along. I think, it's something that, say, is there's something special, je ne sais quoi. And I think we saw elements of that here tonight. So I certainly, before I conclude and hand over to my colleague to announce the team, I want to say that we saw 10 excellent young people here this evening, and I think that politics in France certainly we can look forward to with a certain degree of confidence and hope, because with people of this quality, I think there is hope for the future. So. Et donc, Monsieur Ambassadeur Mon Olhak, s'il vous plaît.
Mr. Prime Minister, Excellencies, distinguished members of the 2 teams here from Polytechnique and Sciences Po, members of the jury, I should say, Mr. President, the bellkeeper, and ladies and gentlemen. It's a great, great honor for me to be here at Hotel de Glacy, to be part of this great experience. As was mentioned some moments earlier, that Pakistan Embassy had the honor of hosting one of the semi-finals where Sciences Po team won and reached this final. I would like to thank FDA, co-chairs, the President, for giving us this honor to be part of this jury and to witness this great and historic moment today, where one of the great teams is going to be awarded the winning trophy. Of course, before I announce the most awaited verdict, let me say, as my colleague Ambassador Nolan said, that both teams, to reach this stage today and this beautiful historic place, they are both winners. Yeah. And today, what we have seen, that each one of the members of the 2 teams are future leaders of our countries. They are leaders in their own way, and they are going to be on top positions, executive positions in their own professions of choice. Whether they choose to go the path of a wise man or a fool man, that will be their personal choosing as well. But congratulations to both of them to be on this stage today. And now I have the honor to announce the winning team. Where is the envelope? Should I follow the tradition of today's 1st April and announce the decision? Okay, no, on a serious note. With your permission, Mr. Prime Minister, the winning team is Polytechnique. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Prime Minister, Anatole Chouard, and his team. Now I will request the Ambassador of Sri Lanka, Mr. Ambassador Budi, to announce the best speaker of this evening.
Mr. Prime Minister, I have a very difficult job. FDA officials, dear teams, my dear friends, you know, to find the best speaker is like when you are losing everything, when you can convince the whole world and change the mind of a group or the audience. Now that is going to be should be the speaker who can be the winner, who can convince people, who can, when everybody thinks they are losing, and here comes and break all the logic, break all the arguments, and give a convincing case. Today we have a young man like that. And by the way, all of you all are winners. You all are great speakers. I'm very, very impressed. I'm very happy and thankful that you invited me to this occasion today. But the young guy who made that challenge nice game was Guacama Kifukwe.
It is with great honor that I will ask the ambassadors to present the winning and runner-up medals. First of all, Roman Thiebaud. For Constance Bonin. To Marcus Fischer. Élise Kaby. And now to those who were members of the team but could not debate tonight, they still, of course, get awarded a medal for having participated in the entire tournament. Lucas Noah Dramé. Coraline Cadino and Maxence Dutheil de la Rochère. And the winning medals of the 2019 FDA tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me? Sciences Po team. Better late than never. And now the winning medals for École Polytechnique to Anatole Chouard. Randy Coty. Marine de Cuypers. Romain Cosson, Laura Kolcheva, and the final two members of their team, Ayman Idrissi, and Mathieu Tyson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will ask the President of our jury, Monsieur le Premier Ministre, to present the FDA's Perpetual Challenge Trophy, La Conversation qui n'en finit pas, by Bussato, to Fabienne Romanson, Head of the English Section of the Language and Cultural Department of Polytechnique.
Your Excellencies, dear fellows of the jury, Mr. Ambassadors, dear Chairman, dear Declan McCavanagh, ladies and gentlemen, it was a great moment, a great pleasure, and I'm proud for the result. We are okay, no problem in the jury. It's very, very important to choose the winners, the two winners, the team and the speaker. I'm very proud for the result, and congratulations for all teachers and students. I want just add my voice to those who had already spoken and congratulate both sets of orators on their wonderful performance. France's future is ensured in their capable hands. And Mrs. Robinson, it is the fifth time that Polytechnique has won this prize and this trophy. And this is for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. The never-ending conversation. We've been missing you so much. So thank you, Anatole and Randy and Marine, and also thank you, Laura and Romain, but also Matthew and Eamon for bringing her back to us. Thank you very much. Congratulations on both teams.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all agree we had a wonderful night, capped by a magnificent jury. Please give them a round of applause once more. Let us conclude in our traditional fashion. My old friend Oscar Wilde was mentioned earlier. He said, "It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it." But we in the FDA, we like to do both. So let's settle it. Tradition has it that we do this with your decision, and we do it by volume. All those in favor will say aye, and all those against will say nay. This House would rather this House believes that fools run the show. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those against, please say nay. Nay. Clearly, the nays have it. Congratulations to the members of the opposition. I declare, nonetheless, the motion carried for the team, but defeated by the House. The House is adjourned until January of next year, but in the meantime, in the name of the President of the National Assembly, I would like to invite you all to our reception at Le Transit, Gare des Invalides, only 100 meters away, where the FDA will look after the first few drinks for everyone who wants to come. See you all next year. Thank you very much.